Okay, so we'll start with our warm up and then do our yogini set, and then we'll do maybe some upper body since you've been driving around. So feet hip width apart, toes straight ahead, sitting bones down, hips nice and open, shoulders back and down, and then reach your crown up toward the ceiling. Remember, activate your core, so ribs toward the spine and up toward your heart. And then just breathe, let the diaphragm drop, the belly open as those lungs expand fully. And exhale, things sinking back in. Deep breaths, letting all the stress release. And just bringing in energy and awareness. And then inhaling, arms at shoulder level. Exhale, hands to your heart. Stretch out to the front, keep your shoulders down. And then exhale, hands behind you, fingertips clasped, and lift your heart. Stretch back and away. And then pivot at your hips, exhaling, coming all the way into the forward bend. So spread your toes, bend your knees if you want, or lift your sitting bones and stretch the back of your legs. Hands toward your head and chin tucked in. Keep those ribs up, sitting bones down as you wind back slowly all the way up and lift your heart. Stretch your head back and upper body back bend. Just opening across the heart. Keep breathing, stretching, and then inhale, coming up and release. And again, just take a moment, feeling the circulation beginning to start up. And again, arms out to shoulder level, hands to your heart, stretch to the front, shoulders down, and then exhale, clasp hands the other way behind you as you stretch up through the heart and pivot at your hips, exhaling over. So just relax, deep breaths, coming head toward the floor, get a good stretch through your spine. And then again, slowly work your way all the way up into the back bend. Stretch back through the top of your head, keep the shoulders and shoulder blades down, and breathe. And then inhale to the top, release your arms, and just take a moment to observe how your body is working. And then arms out, palms toward the ceiling and over your shoulders. Go ahead, pass the hands and then turn them around to clasp. Bring your arms back by your ears, sitting bones down, shoulder blades down, head up. And then don't twist, but just lean straight to the side and stretch the ribs apart. Push the foot you're leaning away from down to emphasize that stretch and feel the opposite side contract. Take a few breaths there, reaching out through your head and your fingers. And then inhale back upright and put the other hand in front. And again, stretch up, but shoulders down and lean to the other side. Maximize on this side as much as feels right through that rib area. And don't forget to breathe. Make sure you're not leaning forward with the top shoulder. Pull it back. And then inhale, coming up again, and release. Now just take a moment in mountain pose to again feel those ribs stretched apart a little bit more. And we'll do our twists. So remember, base of the skull, base of the spine, stretch away from each other to get that opening between the bones. Arms out, shoulder level, palms toward the ceiling, and then over your shoulders. Clasp your elbows. Pull your arms back near your ears, sitting bones and shoulder blades down, ribs in and up, and turn into your twist, either direction. Knees a little bent if you'd like, keep the weight on both feet. Stretch it up, and on an exhalation, come on over. Just deepen as much as you'd like into that twist forward bend. Lift your sitting bones. Keep your arms near your ears. And then on an inhalation, stay in the twist as you come back up and lift your heart again. Pull your elbows back, look overhead, But remember, no pressure in that lower back while you're twisting. Take a few breaths there, shoulders relaxing. And then inhale to the top, exhale around to the center, and switch your arms. And again, keep lengthening as you breathe, and exhale to the other side. Another breath in, and stay in your twist as you come on into the forward bend, and relax. So a few breaths there, just deepening in that twist forward bend. Keep the weight on both feet evenly. And again, keep your arms by your ears as you come back slowly up in the twist. And again, look into the ceiling, lift your heart, pull your elbows back, and work into that upper body for your back bend. Take a few breaths, lengthen your spine. Inhale upright, exhale around to the center. Bring your arms up, keep the shoulders down, and bring your arms to shoulder level. Palms toward the floor, pivot at your hips, chest and chin lead. See if you can come parallel to the floor, stretch everything. So sitting bones lift, fingertips reach out, crown forward, chin in a little bit so the back of the neck gets stretched. And then drop into ragdoll, just hanging. Let your arms go as far toward the floor as they want. Lift your sitting bones, get those legs stretching along the hamstrings on the back of your legs. Pull in if you like it, and let that lower back get a little extra stretch. And then arms back to the center, and roll your way up. Bring those shoulders up, back, and down, back into mountain pose. So again, as you get there, feel that weight evenly distributed on your feet. Feel the spine a little bit more open, maybe a little warmer with that circulation increased. Keep the shoulders down, keep the spine stretching apart, and we'll twist again side to side in that windmill motion. And just look at your hands as you go from one side to the opposite. Slowly or quickly decide how your body wants to go, but don't get dizzy. And just keep looking a little further toward whatever's behind you as you go through that range. Looking at the Christmas tree that happens to be there. And then back to the center and backstroke and swimming. So get those shoulders working, arms coming close to your ear. Let your whole body get a little bit of rotation as you work through that motion with your arms. And then bring both arms up, stretch one side high, so ribs again opening. Push that foot down, so come up on the opposite toe, and the other side foot stays down as you stretch. And then exhale that side down, inhale up on the toes, heel off the floor on the side you're not stretching. So foot's flat on the side you stretch, get a good lengthening through that whole side. And then exhale down, inhale the first side back up, exhale and release, and again stretch the other side. And then both feet down, both arms up, keep those arms near your ears, and pivot at the hips. Again, see if you can go parallel to the floor with those arms still next to your ears. So the shoulder blades still go toward your waist. And then again, just drop into ragdoll. Take a moment there. Slide your hands up under your knees. Press the palms into your shins. Straighten your knees. Straighten your back. Chin a little bit toward your chest so the neck gets a good stretch too. Elbows straight. Stretch and lengthen everything. And then exhale back down into ragdoll. Just hang. And then again, bring the arms out to shoulder level, chest toward the floor, body parallel to the floor as much as you can, getting straight, and then keeping your arms at shoulder level, pivot up, check to see if they're still at shoulder level. Reach your hands up, bring them together, and to your heart. Keep looking at your fingertips. We're going to inhale the hands back up, Pull your thumbs back and hands back. Lift your heart. Look at the hands as you come into that upper body back bend again. And then exhaling, stand back upright. Follow your hands. So be in the process, bringing them to your heart, and then pivoting at your hips, dropping again all the way down into ragdoll. Again, sliding your hands up on your shins. Do that halfway up stretch. Lengthen through the back of your neck, up through the crown. Exhale back down, all the way into ragdoll. Palms together, inhale. And again, just slowly bring your hands to your heart. And then release back into mountain pose. So take a moment, feeling all that circulation. Noticing how your body is a little bit more stimulated. And then bring your feet together. Bend your knees toward your toes, not beyond. Hands above your knees, position, don't support. So not pressure in those hands. And then just circling with the knees. So remember, don't go too far forward with the knees. It can overwork the knees. We don't want to do that. We just want to get those ankles and feet and lower body working a little bit more. And then stop and circle the knees the other way. So notice your feet moving around, your toes, your arches, your ankles, and that whole lower body from your hips down. And then stopping, knees above your toes. Look in front of you, either on the floor or eye level. Keep those shoulders relaxed, no pressure in your hands, and then lift your heels. So coming into the base of your toes for some support, a little balance. Spread those toes. And then roll back on your heels, lifting your toes, and back and forth a few times to get that whole bottom of your foot working, massaging ankles, arches, toes, everything. And then release that and stand back up and into mountain pose, feet hip width. So again, take a moment there, just feeling your body, maybe a little more circulation through that lower back as well. And we're going to continue, so either clasp your elbows to keep your shoulders down, or work your hands up into prayer position behind you with the fingertips up between the shoulder blades. Bend your knees again toward your toes, not beyond, and then those big hip circles. So just let that lower back rotate around. Hips moving from one side to the back, to the other side, to the front, and then stop and go the opposite direction. So remember, we like to balance the body in yoga, making sure that we're doing things evenly on both sides. So a few circles there, and then again coming up and into mountain pose. So pick your place on the floor or eye level, and we're going to do another balance practice on the base of our toes. So feet hip width apart, and just lift your heels up so you're coming onto the base of the toes. Keep the toes spreading out and get as stable as you can. And then bring your arms up to shoulder level. And if you're good and stable there, you can bring those arms to one side, rotating in a twist. Still heels up, and then back to the center. And then slowly to the other side. Again, heels up as much as you can. And slowly back to the center. And heels down, arms down, back into mountain pose. So take a moment, notice how that worked, or maybe not so good. And then lift your toes, get the base of the toes really connected, heel down, arch lifting, spread your toes, and we'll do our regular balance practice. So get your leg turned in a little bit so your ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder line up with everything stacked into the bones for support. Sitting bones down, ribs in and up, core active, crown to the ceiling, and bring your other foot up a little or more or toward your heart. Remember, a little inner rotation on that one also, so you're not crossing over toward the other way. And then wherever you are, whatever height your foot is off the floor, circle those ankles all the way around. And then the other way. And flex and point a few times, working your ankle and back to the floor. So take what worked on that side, move it to the other side, spread the toes, get those base of the toes, not the toes. Remember, put your toes down and you lose the base. Get those toes just spreading out. Everything stacked for support, all the way up through the shoulder, crown to the ceiling. Keep that core nice and active and supporting your spine. And again, bringing the other foot up. You can hold your leg if you want as you bring it up. And again, we're going to work the ankle when you get there, circling both ways, because we don't want those ankles getting all stiff and causing us to fall. Flex and point again, and then back into mountain pose. Take a moment there, just breathe. Belly relaxed, shoulders back and down, crown to the ceiling. And we need to work the upper body, so arms out, stretch through your fingers, spread them out, turn your palms up and do those big circles. So nice big circles, reaching out through the top of your head, through the fingertips. Keep that core connected, supporting your spine. And then make the circle smaller with your fingers, hands, arms. And then stop, turn your palms down, fingers still spreading out, and circle the other way. So big circles to start with, and then make them smaller. And again, as you come back to the center, just stretch it out. And again, a lateral move, so keep your body straight, and then hips stay where they are as you reach over to one side, ribs opening. On that side you're reaching away from. Back to the center, over to the other side, and back to the center. Stretch it out, turn your palms up, reach overhead, look up, palms down, palms together, down to your heart, and release. So let's work the arms and wrists a little bit. So again, hands to your heart in prayer position. So just keep the palms pressing together a little bit. Keep the shoulders down, keep that core in and up, activating your spine. And then rotate your fingers out and down. So a little stretch to the one side of your wrist. And then bring the fingertips back straight up. And then rotate them back toward your heart. And then back straight up. And then push one hand into the other a little bit more so you're leaning back with that wrist and stretching the opposite wrist. And then back to the center and go the other way. So just a little gentle stretch through the wrists. And then back to the center and release. And one more for the shoulders. Let's bring the arms back to shoulder level. Thumb into your palm, fingertips just gently around it. Turn one fist up and the other one's down. And then change it. So the one that was up is down and the one that was down is up. And we're just going to rotate those around. So one goes down and the other goes up. And then as you do that, get your arm more involved up to the elbow so that that whole lower arm is moving with the fist. And then all the way to your shoulder. And then really emphasize it, bringing the shoulder up and forward as the hand fist goes down and back to neutral as it comes up. So keep reaching those fists out while you're doing it. Crown up, core active, supporting your spine. And then really get it all the way into the middle of your spine, really working those shoulders and arms. And then releasing that middle back into just the shoulders and arms. And then releasing the shoulders back to just the lower arms. And then again, just the fists. And then spread out your hands, shake it out. And release. And just feel that shoulder area all stimulated once more. And then let's step wide, do another twist. So remember, we're going to be feet forward, straight ahead, weight even on both feet. Or if you feel like you're sliding apart, you can angle those toes just a teeny bit together. The hip crease is where we're pivoting from, so bring your thumbs there. Bring your body so it's parallel to the floor as much as you can, keeping your spine nice and straight. And then we're twisting, so sitting bones back, crown forward, really stretch those bones apart. And then keeping your hands either on your shins or dropping right under your shoulders toward the floor, fingertips or palms down, whatever works for your body. And then keep the right hand down, bring the left arm out, or whichever one you're doing. Look at the hand that's out to the side, stretch your spine apart, and rotate that hand up toward the ceiling as you look at it, turning your whole body, so hips, ribs, and shoulder, turning as you look up toward that hand. Keep the head reaching forward, the hips back. Stretch it out, keep breathing. Go further if you like, bringing your right hand over to your left foot and the hand in the air behind you a little bit more, or not, your choice. And then bring it straight up and down again, and follow that hand back all the way down, either to your shin or the floor. So again, just get there into your starting position and keep your left hand down, or the opposite one from what you did before. Right arm out to the side, palm toward the floor, stretch the sitting bones back, crown forward. Take a breath and bring it up. So your whole body turns, hips, ribs, and shoulder looking up. Take a moment to breathe. And again, if you love to maximize, you can bring your left hand toward your right foot and that hand even further into the twist. Keep the spine open as you do that so those bones have room to move. Hips, ribs, and shoulder, everything turning with that hand. And then back straight up and down and follow the hand back all the way to the floor or your legs. And again, stretch open, chest toward the floor, chin tucked in, sitting bones and crowns stretching apart. And then bring your hands over to your ankles and slide up as you come back to standing and into mountain pose. So take a moment feeling your spine and stretching up. Time to go to the floor. So go ahead and come down. Child's pose first, just for our transition, or you can stay there for our relaxation if you'd like, because it's time to work into that relaxation. So sitting up on your heels, if you want to go into corpse position, just slide off, legs in front, sitting bones connected, core active, and just roll all the way to the floor. As you get down, take a moment to relax into that surface beneath you. So sitting bones slightly toward your heels, and then snuggle down into that surface and relax. Or if you're in child's pose, again, just relax where you are, hands, palms up at your sides. Take a few breaths there, letting your whole body soften and sink. So just allow your ankles and feet to relax, lower legs and knees, upper legs and hips, pelvis, everything just softening in your lower body. Hands relaxed, arms, shoulders. Just sink the shoulders down, shoulder blades toward your waist. Let your whole torso soften and sink, opening your heart. And move your head around, getting your neck and jaw releasing, face soft. And just allow your whole body just to grow heavy. Sink into that surface beneath you and just relax everything. Deep breaths, tension out. Everything just relaxing into that surface beneath you. And just know that Mother Earth supports you every day. Let your body go. No need to pay attention. Just let it be supported completely by that earth embrace. Deep breaths, exhaling tension, letting everything relax. And just focus inward in your eyes, allowing your mind to release thoughts of your body. And as those thoughts release, know that other thoughts will come to your mind. It's always the job of your mind to keep producing those thoughts. It's always your choice whether you pay attention. At this moment, there's no need to think of the past, no need to anticipate the future. Just let the thoughts drift in and out as easily as you're right. And as you relax your body and let your thoughts drift away, just allow your focus to turn inward. And let go of awareness of your body, attention to your mind. Just let it go. And allow that awareness, focus on the peace within. Let the peace fill your body, fill your mind. Just be peace. And if you'd like to keep relaxing longer, just stay relaxed as long as you have. Or if it's time to bring awareness and energy back to the moment, to the room, getting ready for the rest of your day, just begin breathing more deeply, moving your body gently, however feels right for you. And as you breathe more deeply, stretch more fully. When you're ready for your final yoga hug of appreciation, just slide your sitting bones toward your heels, draw your heels in toward your hips, and then pull your knees toward your heart. Wrap your arms around however feels good, for a good appreciative yoga hug today, letting your body know you appreciate its yoga work and the work your body does for you every day. And then with your feet back to the floor, roll over to the side and get ready for whatever is ahead for you today. Thanks for joining me.